order. First off, can I have a motion so that Commissioner Rob Walker can participate via Zoom?
So moved.
And a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes, thank you. We can now go around the room and introduce the other PSTA board members on the committee.
Mike Breezy, City of Largo.
Bart Hazelden's, county commission appointee.
Oh, I'm sorry, Chris Shear, Knowles County Commission.
Max McCann, St. Petersburg citizen appointee.
Hi, and I am Brad Miller, the CEO of PSTA. Thank you for coming.
Okay, now's the time for public comment. Are there any members of the public who wish to speak? Seeing none, I close public comment. Item number 3, I need a motion to approve the September 24th, 25 minutes.
So moved.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, motion passes. First up is gonna be Henry McKasick, our Director of Maintenance, and we're gonna go over a contract extension with our bus parts supplier.
Yes, good morning. So as the commissioners know, we have a pretty sizable fleet, and with that, we have a pretty sizable parts department, as we refer to it. So as your packet says, we stock about 10,000 different parts. I'm gonna answer two term, hit the aftermarket, rather than continually buy through the OEMs themselves. So we're allowing the newer buses to catch up to what is available in the aftermarket distribution network.
Is it because those parts are cheaper in the aftermarket distribution?
Yeah,
Okay.
yes.
In this next 6 months, Al and Henry will be doing a new bid. They got a new company, yeah.
This is strictly to extend the curve, went out 6 months, with no increase in outflow of money.
Correct. Yeah.
Any more questions?
What are some of the electric parts that are new and different that are added now? The bigger ones, the
yeah,
larger ones.
Good question. So a lot of times bus OEMs, not necessarily based on the propulsion systems, but just simple things such as brake parts, suspension parts, steering parts, they generally change those every 5 years. With the electrics, we're gonna see battery components, we'll see more electrified accessories. Those are more specialized in nature, but mostly it's your common wear components that are on every bus.
Okay, thank you.
Any additional questions? All right, can I have a motion to approve the contract?
So moved.
Second? And a second.
I'm not alive today. I'm the alternate.
You what?
I'm the alternate, so.
Oh, you're the alternate.
Rutgers.
I'll second the motion.
Thank you.
So you're alive.
Am I alive?
Yeah, you're alive.
There, we have a first and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, Henry. Thank you, Al. Next, Henry and Al are gonna review the new contract for uniforms for the maintenance employees. Thank you, Henry.
We went from talking about parts to now clothes. So this action item is to ask for recommended approval of a 2-year contract and 3 one-year options with Cintas. They are the current provider of our laundered uniforms for the maintenance department, for about 96 or so employees across the fleet facilities and our service and parts division folks. This is part of a union contract where we do supply them with laundered uniform sets per week. So you can kind of see in your packets that is quite frequent, about 24,000. Now, they also supply us with
What's the uniform comprised of? Is that just shirts or
It's comprised of shirts and pants.
shirts and pants? And how many a week per person?
They get a total of 11 complete sets, so 5 a week. They work 5 days a week.
What's 11 have to do with
The
it?
11 is in case you need one extra to get you to the next week, because you always got 5 in, 5 out, so we give you the 11th in
see.
case there's a short.
Not 11 sets, but 11 pieces, is that?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I think 11
think
sets.
11 sets.
Yes, 11 sets, sure, so
Pants
so
combined.
5 days a week, I wear 5 uniforms. Those 5 uniforms goes away, 5 more come back. If you should pick up that extra day, say of over,
Good morning, sir. Lucian Campbell, you got it perfectly right.
Okay.
Director of Project Management. This morning, I bring for y'all's consideration the amendment to the interlocal agreement with the City of Clearwater. As you may remember, PSTA entered the agreement with the City of Clearwater for the undergrounding of electrical utilities near our Clearwater Station project. It also supports their City Hall project. It's pretty much the underground.
Reed, Finance Committee, Devin Deal, Planning and Data Analyst Manager. And today I'm actually going to talk about the Connected Community Bus Network that we are implementing on Sunday, October 26th. You have been hearing for, some of you for several years at this point, some of the improvements that we're making in our Connected Community Bus Network. We've been telling you that we have seen more weekend demand in our system. We're like Sundays where we know people are still working, but the route doesn't run frequent enough for them to have a reliable trip. We are increasing access to jobs in this plan. It's most prominent on evenings and weekends. On evenings, we see about an 8% increase in access to jobs. And it's even more drastic on Sundays with about a 24% increase in access to jobs on Sundays compared to our network today. We also are decreasing riders. Of our riders work there. The trip on the left that you see is the trip that our riders have today. It takes about 52 minutes to get you from 18th Avenue South and 49th Street up to the Diston Plaza on 38th Avenue and 49th Street. And the new network today, it is one route and you can get there in 19 minutes without having to transfer. So we are out there 7 days a week, nonstop, communicating these changes to riders, telling them how their trips are gonna be impacted. And what we're hearing is most of our riders are happy with these changes. They appreciate the increased frequency on our core routes. The 52 from PSTA to St. Peter's, or PSTA to downtown Clearwater being increased to every 15 minutes. Route 4, doubling frequency on Sundays. One of our higher ridership routes is only hourly on Sundays. It's gonna be every 30 minutes now. The new Spark service in South St. Petersburg. Again, one of the fastest developing areas in Pinellas County in that Skyway Marina District. We are now providing 15-minute consistent service 7 days a week. Our riders have again been telling us for years that our buses don't run late enough to get them to work, or they don't run frequently enough to get them to work, or have a trip they can rely on. Riders appreciate the new, the longer spans on our services and the more consistent evening hours that we have all throughout the week. We've also heard from riders especially about that improved Sunday service. I know personally I've talked to dozens and dozens of riders who have told me I can't reliably take the bus to work on Sunday today. And I have walked them through their new trip that gives them a trip to work 7 days a week. They appreciate the better connections with our time transfers in downtown St. Petersburg, in Largo Transit Center, and in downtown Clearwater, where you can connect between almost all of our high ridership routes at those 3 transfer locations with a time transfer that offers you a shorter transfer window than you have today. And our riders also appreciate the simpler network design. Some of the examples I showed you give riders a 1-seat ride in half the time, whereas today they have to transfer once or twice.
That's great to me. That's 6 hours a day in a bus, right?
It is. And I think us being able to make that 4 hours is still significant.
Just to get the Harton back.
Sounds awful.
Huh?
Sounds awful.
I just, this one's got me a little,
That is also, I think Brad said that's Harts Northwest Transfer Center. That is the only location that our service connects to Tampa with 7 days a week. So it's not even just people working in Largo, for example. If you live in Tampa and work in Pinellas County and you have to ride the bus, that is how you will get there.
how many stops does it make on the way to?
It stops all along Tampa Road and everything. There's a variant of the route that will go through Oldsmar as well.
Off on the way.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought this was like a direct thing, I'm sorry.
I think I would get on a Countryside Mall and ride from Countryside over to Tampa.
And with the changes that we're making to the 78, it's gonna go to Clearwater, Dunedin, Oldsmar. It's gonna stop in all those cities along the way as well to connect people to and from Tampa.
And more on the PowerPoint, any more questions?
Just
Should
a,
go into the operating statistics next.
I have, Tom, just a quick comment. I think this is an improvement. I think if I remember right, it's been a long time since we've done a system redesign like this. And I know that staff has been working hard and doing a ton of outreach for this. I am still bracing myself for complaints and criticism, I think it's gonna be impossible to do a
Nothing specific, no specific analysis on those two routes. I don't know, Devin, unless you've done any kind of analysis on those. An individual destination going, opening or closing,
So.
Yeah.
So, first of all, I appreciate very much because I asked you to put the year after year on the same sheet so we could see the trend over the years.
Yeah.
And I I think this is working really well. But
go down within the fourth list of contracts, they jump back up. And I didn't know if there was a different kind of contract or,
I'm sorry, sir?
so you listed them in descending order on value
Yes, sir.
until you get to the fourth list of contracts and you bumped them back up. And then, you know, they get down a couple $100,000 and the fourth page they jumped up to, oh, that's 47,000. Okay, never mind. Sorry.
they keep going down.
Like what? Okay, they got really small, okay, not really big, so. No, I appreciate it, I think it's great. I looked at it the last night and I was like, this is a good idea.
Mr. Chair, I just wanna acknowledge a member of my staff, my newest member, Mr. Drew Saunders. He's just been hired, I think, 2-3 weeks now. And him and I, we worked on this report together, so I just wanna acknowledge that.
Sorry, you have a question?
yeah, I have a question. Again, just to, coming from learning, the first transit contract, what is that paratransit contract, what services that consist of?
There's actually, I think they've actually changed their name to Transdev,
Oh, is that Transdev?
Yes,
Yeah.
Transdev.
Well, that's what threw me off. So it's Transdev, okay.
When we first entered into the contract, the company's name was First Transit, and in the system, that's what we have it in. And it's kind of hard with our ERP system to change it, but I'll look into that, changing the name of
But
it.
as you see on that 10-year contract with, which is our main paratransit, it's halfway through the 5 years, but we've only spent 32% of the value. That's largely because so many people have switched over to Uber and Lyft.
Right,
And we're using the traditional paratransit less. Because they're doing Uber and Lyft more.
so what
Which
happens
is
to
saving us
that
money.
excess?
What do you think?
It just isn't spent by the end of the 10 years?
Yeah.
This is just up to $100.
It's the max,
Yeah.
Up to.
yeah.
Like every
So-
contract that I bring, I say, the amount not, our staff says, an amount not to exceed.
Yeah, great. So is this also reflect the new grouper that's Transdev is doing? Or is Transdev listed again for the grouper?
I have to fact check myself on this, but I believe that includes the grouper service.
Okay, but that's coming under a paratransit category.
Correct, ma'am. I believe when we first looked at the grouper service, we did that as a pilot project.
Uh-huh,
And the monies that were and we tethered it or I anchored it to the original contract. So yes, it is drawing down on the value of that original Transdev contract. I have to double check and I'll double
yeah,
check.
I'd
real
like to
quick.
see that, if I could be so bold, have that separate. The grouper, cause it's not paratransit, but using the same vendor.
Yes, ma'am, I understand.
Okay, thank you.
And we also have that service that you'll see, Devin's gonna give that presentation at the board meeting, where there's a very expensive per ride service in Safety Harbor that's also operated by Transdev. I think that's in there too.
Oh, that's Transdev too?
Yeah.
Well, maybe that should be its own category also.
Yeah, I mean.
Is that the one that's like $100 that's the one that's on Devin's chart from
Yeah.
last month?
I think that's also in there, cause I don't see any other Transdevs down the list.
Well, I'm just thinking about paratransit being like this umbrella word and to break that out, for the various services that Transdev is providing.
Yeah.
I believe we could do that.
Thank you. Uh-huh.
Anything else for Al? Okay, any committee members have any other business before the committee? All right, seeing none, our next finance committee meeting is Wednesday, November 19th at 9 AM, and we are adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.